Imagine going into the forest just to gather firewood, and beneath the roots of a tree, you discover a door that should never have been opened. A door leading to a palace neither on the surface nor underground. And inside lives a woman who has been imprisoned by a demon for 25 years. This is not a story about curiosity. It is a story about human pride. One day, I ventured deep into the forest. The air felt heavy, the silence unnatural. I sat beneath a massive tree to rest. My hand brushed against an exposed root. I pulled it aside, and suddenly a metal ring emerged from the soil. I cleared the dirt away. A heavy iron hatch, ancient, forgotten. With great effort, I lifted it. A staircase appeared, descending into darkness. I took my axe with me and went down. At the bottom, I expected a cave or total darkness. Instead, I gasped. A vast, radiant palace. A grand hall with towering pillars of green jade, golden capitals gleaming in the light. And then, she appeared. She stood before me with grace. Her eyes, the eyes of royalty. Her beauty was so overwhelming that I forgot the splendor of the palace itself. I bowed respectfully. She asked, "Are you human or one of the jinn?" "I am human," I replied. She sighed deeply and said, "For 25 years I have been imprisoned in this palace. In all that time, I have never seen a man." She revealed her identity, daughter of the king of the Ebony Island, a land of forests made of black ebony trees. On the night of her wedding, before she could take her groom's hand, a demon abducted her. "This palace," she said, "though magnificent, is the narrowest prison imaginable." The demon came once every 10 days, stayed for a night, and vanished again. And I did not yet know that this meeting would change both our destinies forever. The princess spoke softly. "The demon left 4 days ago. We have 6 days before he returns." 6 days. No guards, no shadows. She led me to a bathhouse more magnificent than anything I had ever seen. Afterward, I was dressed in garments fit for kings. We sat together on silk carpets, leaning against embroidered cushions. She served food, she poured wine, and slowly, I forgot that this palace was a prison. When night came, she allowed me to sleep beside her. At that moment, I believed I was the happiest man alive. The next night, she brought older wine, a drink that burns reason itself. My head grew light, my tongue reckless. I said, "You have imprisoned yourself for this demon. Why not escape? Come with me to the free world." She smiled, but fear hid behind her eyes. "If 9 days belong to you and 1 day to him," she said, "that would be the perfect life." Those words ignited my pride. "I fear no demon," I replied. "I will destroy his talisman. Then you'll see what I can do." She pleaded, "Do not touch it. This will destroy us both." But I was drunk, and pride had sealed my ears. With one violent kick, I shattered the talisman. At that instant, thunder roared. The palace shook, and darkness swallowed everything. And I realized, some mistakes can never be undone. The echo of thunder still rang in my ears when the palace wall split open. The air grew heavy, and the demon entered. His eyes burned with fury. The ground trembled beneath his steps. "Who broke my talisman?" he roared. The princess stepped forward, trembling. I felt ill. I drank wine, and in my stupor, I struck it. The demon laughed, a laughter that froze bone and blood. Then he saw my rope, my axe. He said nothing, and that silence was more terrifying than any scream. Without warning, the demon attacked her. Blows fell, screams echoed, and I, hidden in the shadows, heard everything, yet saw nothing. She screamed, and I ran. I rushed up the stairs, tore off the royal garments, put on my ragged clothes. I sealed the hatch, covered it with soil, and returned to the city, knowing I had abandoned someone who risked her life for mine. But the story did not end there. Nights later, there was a knock on the tailor's door. An old man stood outside, holding my rope and my axe. The moment I saw the rope, my blood turned cold. I knew he had found me. Before I could react, the old man seized my waist. The ground vanished beneath me. In a blink, I was in the sky. The wind cut into my face. The city shrunk into nothing. There was no escape. No scream could reach anyone. When we landed, I saw the palace again, and there she was, lying before me, covered in blood. Her eyes were still alive. The demon roared, "If you claim you don't know her, then kill her." He placed the cleaver in my hands. My hands trembled, not from fear of death, but from shame. The princess, with her final strength, looked at me. "I do not know this man," she said. "I have never seen him." She lied to save my life. I raised the cleaver and dropped it to the ground. "I will not murder an innocent soul," I said. The demon laughed. He picked up the blade himself. With one strike, he severed her hand. Her scream echoed through the palace and then fell silent. The demon turned toward me. His eyes held nothing but hatred. "I will not kill you," he said. "There are fates worse than death." He raised his hand, spoke an incantation, and the world shattered. The pain was not cutting, not burning. It was a pain that shattered bone and soul at once. When I awoke, my hands were no longer hands. My feet no longer feet. A body covered in fur. A voice no longer human. I had become a monkey. The demon seized me and hurled me far away. I was abandoned on an unknown island. No language, no name, no past anyone would believe. Only memory remained, and shame. Days passed. I survived on roots and fruit, hiding from humans. Until one day, a ship anchored near the shore. I approached the ship. The sailors tried to drive me away, but the captain looked into my eyes and paused. On the deck, I saw paper and ink. I took the pen and wrote, not in words, but in reason. Equations, maps, signs. The captain's eyes widened. They took me aboard. Years passed. I served in a royal court as an advisor. An animal body with a human mind. Until one day, a sorceress saw me. She spoke an incantation. The curse broke. But I was no longer the man I once was. Something inside me had died forever. Some stories are not about bravery. They are about curiosity and the price it demands. About pride, when we believe we are stronger than what we do not understand. And about doors that once opened leave nothing the same again. Do you want to see more secrets and stories like this? Then like, comment, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next chapters.